this fundamental ignorance that sees external objects either pleasing or not very pleasant, and then the aversion or the attraction to these objects causes all the pain and suffering of this existence and all the conditioning of mental unhappiness. Samsara can be looked at as the various impure heaps which are the result of bad deeds and mental afflictions from previous lives. And it's also the impure conditioning and mental afflictions within your mental continuum. The fact that you have a body, the impure heaps, the fact that you have a body that will grow old, suffer, and die and fall apart, is a product of impure karma, impure causes. The goal, through a direct perception of emptiness and its attendant virtue with how you will you see objects, phenomena, you no longer generate the mental afflictions, is eventually you will change the causes. You won't have the causes for a body, an impure thing that falls apart, the way that this normal human life goes. This type of life where we're forced to grow old, suffer and die, it's just bad causes based on ignorance. If we understand, if we have wisdom and create pure karma, then it can radically change how we see ourselves. It sounds a little phantasmagorical, a little trippy, but it's the whole purpose of... when Lord Buddha said that everything was empty, he wasn't just talking about your mind and the reality and value judgments, and talking about this stuff right here. You know, nobody wants to grow old, and nobody wants to suffer, and nobody wants to die. Well, I guess maybe some people, they usually say in scriptures, unattainable women cause a lot of, and women in general. But these were geared to monks. So, the root of samsara is karmic action. Therefore, the wise do not perform it. Therefore, the ones who commit karmic acts are the unwise, not the wise, because they see the precise nature. And he's just going over exactly what I explained just then. That the wise no longer collect karma. It's not that they no longer collect karma. They no longer collect impure causes. And then when you reach Buddhahood, they have another term for the karma that you... It's like a whole different class of karma that you accrue. When ignorance ceases, karmic actions cease. The cessation of ignorance is the result of meditating with knowledge of reality's precise nature. They're talking about getting shamatha, or Lhunpo in Tibetan, having this king of concentration. To get that, you just have to have the base level of concentration. To get that, you have to practice some kind of morality, or be a good person, have a good heart. Because if you screw people over, that stuff distracts you from your practice, from your meditation. On this basis of shamatha, this incredible calm abiding, often translated as calm abiding, on this basis, then you have that non-conceptual, direct perception of emptiness. You come out of that, and there are many types of realizations that you have. One is that how many lives it'll take until you become a Buddha. You just know that. You don't see it. It's not like you go through a CGI fest of all your future lives, and you know how many you know your past lives. You get a deep understanding that you've lived here before. And you've seen emptiness, so you understand that the Buddha's teachings are correct. It does not mean you're out of the boat. The direct perception of emptiness is just you've entered the stream. You need to use that direct perception of emptiness to work on your bad deeds and your mental afflictions. And you work on them. You work on the worst. My teacher used to always say, work on the worst ones first. You slowly work at all the problems you have within your mind and your deeds, your gross deeds, with this direct perception of emptiness. It's like you're a crazy person. You come out of this meditative experience, and you know that all the phenomenon lack inherent existence around you. You've seen it, but you can't help yourself from going back to the tendency. I mean, it's like you still, after you get out of that direct perception of emptiness, you still see the world around you like you did when you were an ignorant person. Only with cultivating that direct perception of emptiness again and again in deep meditation can it shore up your tendency to drop back into that ignorant state of mind. And you work with the various, essentially cleaning up your mind, your mental continuum of all the bad deeds based on it. It's like you're stopping the tendency slowly for you to collect those negative karmas based on that ignorance that you saw the truth about its opposite. The truth, this gaccha, the ignorance of the gaccha, to believe that phenomena have a self-existence. In the direct perception of emptiness, you saw the antidote to that. And you use that mental image to work with all the crap that you face within your life. When you destroy the various obstacles, the mental afflictions, all the mental affliction obstacles in your mind and their subtle impressions, then you've reached nirvana. But if you have bodhicitta in your heart, when you've achieved nirvana and you've destroyed the obstacles to omniscience, which is a whole other ball of wax, then you're a Buddha. Because a Buddha is an omniscient being. A Buddha knows all phenomena. And here Master Nagarjuna says pretty much that with the destruction of ignorance, karmic actions cease. But I think I wanted to comment on that because it doesn't happen like that. Just because you destroy that ignorance with a direct perception of emptiness doesn't mean you immediately are enlightened and are in paradise. You still have suffering heaps from countless lifetimes of ignorance and bad deeds and mental afflictions. Plus, when you come out of that, as I said before, when you come out of the deep state of meditation, you still are in this suffering world, seeing things the way you did, reacting the same way. It's only through repeated cultivation of that direct perception of emptiness that you slowly work on cleaning up your karma and your mind.